reviewing the news, pop culture, video games, movies, and shoes. Quincy and Justin with a nerdy forecast. So stay a while and welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast.
Welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast. I'm your host, Justin.
My other host, Quincy.
How you doing today, Q?
I'm doing alright. Got a bit of a tooth.
Oh.
5.
Yeah. Drinking anything special over there?
I just got a Dr. Pepper.
Yep. I went with just ginger ale today. Tummy ache.
Future episode, I do have some Hawaiian coffee I want to eventually do. I just have to bust out the grinder and get it brewed up and everything.
Hawaiian?
Yeah.
I didn't know they had coffee bean farms.
Oh yeah, there's actually a really interesting Dirty Jobs episode that's set at a Hawaiian farm.
Wait, is it because it's a dirty job, or is it because it's...
Yeah.
Okay.
So the one out there, they do things like use fertilizer from donkeys, the trees and whatnot, and then they also go through the whole roasting process and all that.
Oh.
I'm liking the background.
Yeah. Some old school Smash Bros stuff, some Bomberman, some Star Fox 64, a little bit of Link to the Past I see up here. Some really good CRTs out of a store window. Good stuff. Because Nintendo decided to take off the gloves that they've been wearing for 60 years and said, you know, we could be giving you guys these games, so we will. Don't ever say we never gave you nothing. But first, some Humble Bundles. These ones are going to be super quick because these aren't the first time we've talked about them. These are both Redux bundles that add in what is kind of added to them, such as The Boys. The Boys are back. This is going to hurt. This is another Redux bundle where it adds in the newer stuff. So there's not really much to talk about if you haven't already started up on The Boys TV show or comics. 18
Which just announced the next season will be its final, so it might be the time to start jumping in on that stuff.
Oh yeah. Really? Last season? I figured they would keep this thing going. It's popular.
Yeah, the next one that they're gonna make, they haven't done it yet. I think it's 5. Will be the final.
Oh, I mean, hopefully the things like this little sub story. I haven't checked it out yet. Dear Becky, but 8 issues of that is in this Humble Bundle, all the way from volume 1 all the way to volume 12, which I believe runs 12 episodes or 12 issues each. I believe, because I know it's hitting 90 something last I was looking, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's 10 or 12 per.
Apparently I am super quiet on stream.
Yes. Ooh,
Did you fix it?
now you did. Yeah, I boosted you up. Let me turn myself down a little bit. There we go. Okay, now everyone's good. Okay, there we go. 18 issues for all 13 of these things, and it helps out the Comic Book Legal Defense Fund, which is a nonprofit organization protecting the freedom to read comics. Our work protects readers, creators, librarians, retailers, publishers, and educators who face the threat of censorship. It's basically just making sure if you want to write about something, you can write about something. My stance on the banned books is read it once and understand why it's banned, but, you know...
There's no reason to ban them.
There's
never been a good reason.
There's never been a good reason to ban them, but at the same time, at least, add a warning, something. But this is also to make sure that your book or comic or any written literature isn't going to be silenced by any of these strange new rules that are slowly coming through.
That's the thing. They're not even ever banned by rules. They're just banned by stupid people. I have a bookmark that says I read banned books.
Yeah, I mean, I've read 3 that are on the list now. And well,
I've definitely read way more than that.
nah, even still.
Mouse is on that list now, which is total bullshit.
MAUS, that mouse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who? It doesn't matter. It's fine. But in short, this definitely helps out everyone and anyone trying to get their words to paper and their paper to eyes. It's to make sure that, hey, it may be an atrocious gore fest, but they want to write a gore fest, we would have more and more people like Sam Raimi, you know?
That's my thought process is nobody's forcing you to read it. If you don't want to read it, don't read it.
Yeah. And the second Humble Bundle, this one just got mega extended. 2.5 more weeks, I think. 16 more days on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles featuring The Last Ronin. And it has everything that you would want to get to know from start to finish in this new generation of IDW comics. A really great looking Krang up until The Last Ronin. And this one helps out Make-A-Wish. Helping out more than 450,000 wishes made true, more than 30,000 last year alone. John Cena is still number one most sought after as far as Make-A-Wish's wish come true. Wish granter. Yeah, wish granter.
It's not that he's most sought after. He's the one that's filled the most.
Filled the most, yeah. Yeah. But, I mean, Make-A-Wish has done a lot of things for a lot of children worldwide. And this one here helps that one out, and I would recommend you go and do this one while also getting some really nice comic books with some pretty good covers. An awkward-looking, mousy Casey Jones here, but otherwise, everything looks good. Everything looks fine. Skadoo. I messed up. There we go.
You messed up.
I messed up. I had one of the old
I have a Mio Energy ad, so I have no idea.
Yay! So, 2 days ago, as mentioned, Nintendo decided to do a little bit of cooking and said, hey, we've been holding on all of these projects. Let's go ahead and launch them all at once. Quincy, you said you wanted to play Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah, I love the original, and it's a GameCube game. I actually own a copy of it, but I don't have a GameCube.
Okay. Well, both 1 and 2 are on the Switch, so if you happen to pop a Switch later on, boom, you can get both. Because Luigi's Mansion 2 HD is going to be released on the 27th of this month.
Wait, hold up, is that $60 for that game?
Sadly, yes.
That's a little rough for a game that's been out as long as that has.
Yeah,
especially when all it did is a re-render.
A re-render with a few added features, I think. But you are correct. 60 is a little rough. Hopefully after it drops, it may do like a 10% off for the summer sale. Unsure, don't quote me on that. But if you also want a physical, it's free shipping for the physical copy, so there's that also.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I would for two reasons. One, the Switch is already so limited on space. At least, the majority of the game is on the chip and not on the console. You just have to do the updates and your save files on the console then, or cloud. But then secondly, at least I'm getting something to hold for $60 fucking dollars.
I think these games should come with a steelbook. It would make
nice. I don't think they've done any steel books for Switch yet.
They did only through limited run. You would have to purchase them through them.
They?
Yeah, they did a couple. They did one for Sea of Stars.
Limited run does do some nice stuff.
Mm-hmm. Actually, let me just check real quick. Let me just check and see if they did, because I know they did Clock Tower Rewind not too long ago, and I kind of sat on it. So the pre-orders close on the 30th of this month. If you liked Clock Tower back on the OG PS1, this shit is good. And it comes, the collector's edition comes with some really nice pages of, what do they call them? Like, not quite posters, not quite postcards, something in the middle, like just art pages. Yeah, prints, sure.
Mini prints?
Yeah, mini prints. And the mini prints are just positively the best. But let's go to the Switch real quick and see. Just seeing if there was any off the cut for Steelbooks.
Thank you for that 6-month subscription, Captain Princess Kitty.
Captain Princess Kitty subscribed for 6 months in it. 6 months in advance. Thank you. Because I was like, I don't recognize your username, but thank you. Yeah, no, okay. So none of the ones that are on the front page have a steelbook, which is kind of a bummer, but still very good looking boxes. Like the Double Dragon collection, I would buy that in a heartbeat.
Do you love Double Dragon?
I love Double Dragon. It's a good game. It's a good game. Great game. And I believe it comes with 1, 2, and Gaiden, and 2 of the I don't know if it's Billy and Jimmy or Bimmy and Jimmy, but it comes with the action figures too. And an acrylic diorama. Ah, it's so pretty. It's good.
That is very nice. So, but you originally were going there because you were trying to see if they had done some steelbox for Switch.
That were still for sale, yes, because
Gotcha.
they do switch out their stuff. But
I bought stuff from Limited Run, and I do like them. The mistake I've made is I've bought stuff that isn't ready for release yet, and then what happens is it gets delayed not because of Limited Run, but because of other things, like they're trying to get more sales or whatever. And then I forget I bought it, and 2 years later it shows up to my house, and I go, "Oh, thank God I didn't move."
yeah. I mean, you don't wait. Hold on, you didn't like do a mail. What is it? Resending to proper location.
Oh, you mean like a mail forwarding?
Yeah, that's it. Forwarding.
Yeah, I've done. I do that whenever I move, but the post office is definitely an imperfect machine.
Oh God, yes it is. So, with all of these games that are going to be coming out, I'm going to start off with the one that with the announcement that was on June 14th before the Nintendo Direct, and that is the Monster Hunter RPG, which looks like stories. It looks fine. It's Monster Hunter. I saw the Diablos not too long ago. It's Monster Hunter lore with different turn action. And is that a Rathalos? Okay, I didn't play stories, so I have no clue what's going on here.
I just played that one that we tried to co-op that didn't work the way we thought it would.
Worlds. Yeah, and Rise does it better. I getcha. We could do Rise one day. It's a little bit better online. But
I gotta get the expansion chip to my console. Once I do that, there's a lot of things I want to try to jump into that they've been sitting back burner. Hey, I actually caught a Pokemon on the Pokemon community game.
Catch rate's been going up. You're good.
Well, I also just spent all the coins I had to buy more balls.
Oh, you had to buy balls.
Hey,
Quincy.
I had a couple, yes.
Nice balls.
Thanks, bud.
I
appreciate you noticing.
It's
a special haircut.
It's what is it? Combed over to the right. But Monster Hunter Stories is an interesting tale. Rise is more action oriented, while Monster Hunter Stories is more turn based and actual story based.
We've talked about that over the last couple of years. I have had this growing love for turn based games.
Oh yeah.
So that might be something I might want to check out at some point.
Okay. How much is this one? Hang on. Let me open up this Nintendo thingy.
It's gonna be 60.
30. But it's digital only.
Really?
It's digital only.
Yeah, but still, $30 is really good. What's the size on it?
10 gigs.
That's it?
Yeah.
Shit, that's good. 10 gigs.
Yeah,
30.
This one is, I believe, marketed as a Monster Hunter title you can actually take on the go.
That's they need to do more of that. I think that's kind of where the Switch can really perform, because we've talked about it already, about like it's when they attempt to do certain games and how rough it is. I think that is kind of like the place where like that should be the Switch's wheelhouse, is right there.
Yeah. Oh, of course. It's just there are some games that I would like to play on my screen and sit down and relax and play.
No, absolutely. But I'm also talking like the price tag.
Oh God! If every Switch game was $30, I think the Switch would sell better. That's just my baseline.
Whatever we've talked about in the past, I have to go and spend however many hundred it is to buy the console. This is for all consoles. And then, $60 to $70 on average to buy games for that console. So that now that I own the console, I can play the console.
Correct.
It's a huge startup.
It is. It is. But then once you're at that weird plateau, then you're comfortable. But how much would it take to get to that plateau?
Right. I mean, my Xbox library has spent years in the making. That's one of the reasons why I like staying on Xbox, is because they keep letting me bring my games to the new console.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. And I hope they keep that up. I mean,
I'm sure they will.
They just did a big old handshake, and I'll explain that in a minute. They did a pretty good Nintendo did a pretty good Father's Day with Bowser Jr. and Bowser on a nice little card. And then they of course talked about their games coming up. And a couple of them kind of got my brain a little boggling. So, a Mario and Luigi game. I've played one on the Game Boy Advance, if I'm not mistaken. I liked it. I liked it a lot. It is Paper Mario-ish, but with a little more controls and, teamwork needing to make the dream work. Now we have a full-sized big game on the Switch, Mario and Luigi Brothership. And I am not going to lie or sugarcoat it. This looks like a blast.
Yeah, I was looking at the opening video for this. I was like, the artwork's different.
Yeah.
And I started watching the gameplay and everything. I was like, this actually looks kind of fun. And I could see having a lot of fun with this. And that's one of the things where it's like, we'll talk about other stuff from this Nintendo Direct where we're seeing some good multiplayer things. And this actually looks to be rather enjoyable.
Yeah. And you could play it solo if in case, you can't find a friend. They make switching between the two relatively easy. And I've slowly started seeing a rise in specifically two-player co-op games that require two people to do a puzzle or two people to secure themselves. Destiny has a two-person dungeon that you're timed on, and it requires a lot of communication. And I'm not gonna lie or sugarcoat it. I've yet to really have a problem with it. It Takes Two, and what is the one where you're playing as the
It Takes Two is a big one.
The prison escape one? What's that one called?
A Way Out.
A Way Out. Like all those games, fun. Brothers. Trine technically
What's
you
the
can play with
platformer
two.
one?
The
platform one where you're like the two cats trying to get.
I know the one of the two penguins, Fred.
And shit.
I know Fred and Bread. I don't remember the cat. I know where you're doing like awkward flipping. I know there's that one too.
It very much feels like old school, like Mega Man minus the shooting.
Oh, well, I mean, heck, even
like
Mega Man has gone into co-op.
These spikes and these spinning things and whatnot.
Yeah. So I love seeing it. It's great. It brings people closer together. Army of Two. If EA, free money if you bring back Army of Two. Honest to God. Like,
right, yeah, those games were a huge hit.
And they still would be if Devil Cartel wasn't in. Not talking about that. But the way that Nintendo is plugging all these co-op games, not just this one, because we've got a long way to go. I'm happy. November 7th, 2024 for Mario and Luigi Brothership. Fairy Tail, I'm not a big Fairy Tail fan, but I'm glad that the anime is coming to an end. People are really enjoying it.
You're glad that it's coming to an end?
I mean, I'm happy that it's going to be ending on a note that everyone seems to be happy with. Like it.
You're happy that it's getting an ending rather than just being ended.
Correct. I'm terrible with words.
No, it's fine. I was just trying to figure out what you were saying there.
Yeah. Another turn-based little action-y. It looks fun. It just looks like it gives me Tales of vibes, but I mean, with Fairy Tail characters. Good animations on the Switch. No date. It just says winter of 2024. The father of Final Fantasy, Hironobu. Pardon my pronunciation. Sakaguchi delivers Fantasian Neo Dimension. And it looks stiff, but it looks very retro. It looks very Final Fantasy VII meets Secret of Mana. It does kind of tickle the back of the brain of the nostalgia. Uh, Once again, all we got is a date of winter. So hopefully we'll get a little bit more, because this would probably be in your wheelhouse. I would probably point you toward this as a good turn-based RPG that feels classic, adds a little bit of new dimension. Uh, Nintendo Switch Sports gets an upgrade where now you can play online in a 2v2 or free shoot. Yeah, 5 streak battle where you gotta get 5 dunks in a row. And while 3 other balls are up there trying to get in, it's difficult but fun, strategic. Glad that they're adding online to it. Mio, M-I-O, Memories in Orbit, was something I kind of kept my attention on. I have not really much of an idea of what it's fully going to be. The gameplay was lackluster to be announced, but I do love this art style. Ooh, ooh. Marco. Uh-oh. Hang on. Was that me?
Oh,
Oh,
right back.
yes.
Okay, sweet. Sorry. You were saying you would think I would like that Final Fantasy game was the last thing I was hearing.
Oh shoot. So yeah, the Fantasian Neo.
Yeah, I lost full headset for a second there.
Okay, Fantasian Neo Dimension, which is coming out in the winter. It would be a good role playing game to get into it if you wanted the how it used to be, because this definitely feels very Final Fantasy. And then
Remember, I've played some Final Fantasy games. Like, I played the original. I've played.
oh, that's right, you did.
That really big one with the car. I can never remember the numbers.
15.
Yeah, I played the one where we blow up the power plant, or we get blamed for blowing up the power plant.
You do blow up the power plant, and that's 7.
Okay, so yeah, I've played a few.
Okay.
But my whole thing is like, give me the adaptation to Spirits Within.
Are you memeing? Are you memeing? Please tell me you're memeing.
I'm memeing.
Okay. There's a bit of me that has a like for Spirits Within. But dang, is it not a Final Fantasy movie?
I watched it at random on cable, like the first time I ever saw it. I didn't know what it was. I was flipping through channels. What's this? And I sat there and I watched it. And then it was years later before I realized, like, because this is, before you just had like the guide and info buttons, or streaming, where it just told you what the fuck you were watching. Sometimes you just watched shit.
Yes.
So years later, I found out that was supposed to be a Final Fantasy movie, and I was like, was it though?
I mean, it talked about Mako. It talked about the Earth generation. If it had said that it was like predating 7 or something, or I don't know. I'm unsure. I'm unsure of what Spirit. I'm unsure of even the director. Why did they throw the Final Fantasy name on there? I don't know.
It's still better than anything that Blue Ball's done.
Yeah. The Nintendo Switch Sports gets a basketball upgrade to have better online services, such as the 2v2 and the 5 streak battle, the 3-point challenge, and so on. I'm glad that more of the Switch games are getting online support, and as said, just more co-op opportunities or even versus opportunities. I was talking about Mio before we had the little hiccup. MIO, Memories in Orbit, a 2D hack and slash platformy adventure, but I was like a little jaded on how tight it looked compared, because you can run along walls, as you see right here, and the art style is pretty good looking, but I'm just
It's kind of giving me Ori or Hollow Knight feels.
now that in saying Hollow Knight, I'm kind of mad that we didn't see more of Silk Song that has been announced for 2.5 years now, and we're still
That
waiting on
reminds
a
me.
date.
That reminds me. You ready to get salty?
I'm already salty. Let's go.
They Ubisoft officially pulled an evil from the Steam store, like the place marker on it.
They pulled what off?
Beyond Good and Evil.
I mean,
After that big trailer all those years ago, and then years of radio silence, now they've pulled like the spot for it off of Steam.
I'm gonna beat them up.
The response is, or the belief is that it's because they're about to do the remaster of the first one.
I don't want a remaster of the first one. I'm comfy with it. No. I'm I'm glad I don't support Ubisoft anymore, man. Like Shadows, if we ain't getting it for free, oops. Like I'm not gonna I'm not gonna
Like as in Tomb Raider?
No, Assassin's Creed.
Shadows.
The Assassin's Creed Shadows, the Japanese
Oh,
one.
right. Yeah, we probably won't get that free because I'll probably want to put it on that Ubisoft Plus membership thing.
Oh, another thing that we okay. Anyways, Mio, Memories in Orbit, good art style, looks a little Hollow Knight-ish. Mad that we don't have Hollow Knight-ish. But 2025. I played Donkey Kong Country, a lot of Donkey Kong Country. And being able to play through it again, super nice. January 16th. Guess what? Even has 2-player online co-op. It seems like they just want people to, be good friends, play all these games together. Did you play any of the Dragon's Quest games?
Messed around with Build.
Okay. Okay. I'll give you that one.
It was free.
It was free. I recall.
It was free.
It was on Game Pass. If you want an updated, pretty beautiful looking pixel art adventure one, this one has Dragon's Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remake coming in 2025. But if you want specifically Dragon's Quest 3 HD 2D, that one will be November 14th, 2024. I am very happy that they're doing the third one before the first two, and there's a reason why. The first two are freaking huge. Like, they are disastrously large. They can span about maybe 30, 35 hours apiece, casually.
Not saying third was the best.
Third, I believe, is one of the... Yeah, third is my personal favorite of Dragon Quest. I like Dragon Quest 6 more, but... That's also PS2. We're in better graphics. We're in better technology. But as far as going a little bit further back, this one. And the sceneries, the lighting, they worked hard on this remake. Square, you're cooking again. Don't mess it up. We talked a little bit about the Funko Fusion game. Now we have a little bit of gameplay, and it seems rather party game-ish, but with a lot of randomosity. So you can play as, of course, Marty McFly running through what city is he from? Hill Valley. And do random things because things are coming from other universes to cause you problems. Five Nights at Freddy's, Shaun of the Dead, Battlestar Galactica. There is a lot of things to do.
I feel like Battlestar Galactica is kind of the weird one out of this group.
Yeah, they pushed it really hard. Chucky, there's a Chucky thing here, and of course, good old T-Rex. This feels like one of the first Lego games. Like the fun spirit, build whatever, look at the camera while having a want noise.
I kind of miss them not talking.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was funnier.
It was much funnier. It was slapstick. It was all slapstick. But even still, September 13th, 2024, I hope we get a little bit more gameplay. I would like to see a lot more of what you can
Uh,
do.
Thank you for the follow,
Yes, thank you, John.
John over the world.
I am kind of happy of all the licenses they managed to get.
No, yeah, we talked about when it was first happening. I was surprised at how many licenses they got to do this. You know what? It also it has a feeling of, kind of reminds me. It's a very different concept, a game concept, but the silliness to it kind of reminds me of Scribblenauts.
A little bit. A little bit. It does feel very. I want to put this here, so I'm gonna make it glowing, and I'm gonna just. It's a fish now. I wrote fish. So it does have definitely that creativity, and uh, I want to see what you can actually do in this because I can see you can play guitar, you can swing a hammer around. It just feels like a hack and slasher to me, if that's the case.
I think that's essentially what it's going to be. It's going to be some form of a hack and slasher. I mean, you're going to have different weapons, you're going to have different villains from the different universes, but I think at the end of the day, it's a hack and slasher.
Oh, I'm dumb. It says "Welcome to Hell Valley" right there. But to be able to walk around Hill Valley, and oh, there's the DeLorean right there.
Yeah, you mentioned the Lego thing. I mean, there was also Lego Dimensions, which had
Oh
Back to
yeah,
the Future expansion and
oh
stuff like
yeah,
that.
it did, and like a DC thing, didn't it?
I bought that and a couple of expansions and got really annoyed when I found out that it was trying to do things like the what is it? The older games where like they would like disconnect your controller. Like when you're fighting
Psycho Mantis.
Mantis, and yeah. So it would do a thing where it's like, oh, you have this platform that the figures sit on. And you need to have clear access to that at any point while you're playing the game because it will deactivate certain parts of that platform. And you have to pick up your Lego figures and move them. And I went, this is not an element this game needed.
No. Apparently, what was it? Skylanders had that also. I didn't.
The weird change to Spyro.
The weird change to Spyro. The change to Nork, but apparently it was super fun and got like a whole bunch of collections. I don't know.
And then you've had a few games like that. You've had that. You've had what was it? Disney Infinity.
Oh yeah.
Nintendo's got a version of it now. I'm glad Funko went through and didn't be like, oh, you have to buy the figures, not the characters. I'm glad they didn't decide to go that path with this game.
Yeah, and apparently you can do like a collection thing where everyone's in their Funko box while you scroll through them.
That's cute. Like it being digital like that one, that's cute. I like that.
I wonder. I wouldn't mind an app that was like this where I could just put up my individual Funko Pops on a shelf, on a digital shelf.
As a way to like kind of track them, that'd be cool.
Track them and show them off, or hey, I'm selling this one or trading this one, so on and so forth.
I think there is an app for selling and trading. Remind me to get back to you on that off stream because Piper does it. I do believe.
Okay. I am madly in love with this art style. It has been one of my favorite art styles since Disgaea 2. So, Disgaea NIS software has always made turn-based or tactical style RPGs, but they've always had this very unique art style and or music. It's always been light, bubbly, really good. And this one feels a little more open world, a little bit more allowable. Phantom Brave, The Lost Hero. It looks like it has a little bit of tactics mixed in, but with distance instead of blocks, and a lot of high fidelity animations, a lot of pixels on screen. This feels very Disgaea, but as I said, with circle instead of squares. 2025. Can I? Oh, no links. Okay, well, I'll wait till it comes a little closer for pre-order, and I'll see how much it is. I'm hoping it's 30 because it's NIS. NIS usually doesn't charge over 40 for their stuff, so we'll see.
Phantom Brave, The Lost Hero.
Yes.
Let me see.
Okay.
You can move on to the next thing.
Oh, the next thing is big, though. I'll wait. I'm going to be patient and read the chat, because now we're getting chatters up in here. Uh, I would assume anything having to do with Japanese culture might be a little rough for Funko World.
Read the question for the listeners.
Oh, so technically, I could be Goku in that game, and that was about, of course, Goku being a Funko Pop as well as pop culture. I don't know. I'm not 100%. I'm not gonna say it, but if I had to put dollars to donuts, maybe not. Only way to find out is
I could see that they were. I could see them probably trying to do more licensing later on and do expansions or DLCs or something like that. The price I have found online is looking like 60 for
60.
Phantom Bright. Yeah.
Dang. Yeah. Well.
Which. Yeah. It could be worse. They could have decided to go the Sony route and upped it another
70 for a digital copy. Yeah. Marvel. Quincy and I like the Marvel. Quincy and I like the Capcom. What if they were to smash them together and make an Ultimate Fighting collection? Why am I talking like Christopher Walken?
Is that Walken? What is going on here?
Yeah, I was getting a little Walken with it. Ho! Just wait for it. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is one of my favorite fighting games of all time. And upon having, the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection come out not too long ago, it didn't do well. It didn't have multiplayer. It didn't have online. Everyone was complaining about it. They are
a fighting game without multiplayer online does not make sense.
It was supposed to be just for your couch co-op. But guess what? They are fixing it. They are working on it. Capcom says, "Okay, we hear you guys. Oops. We're going to get it." They are making Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection up to 2 players, and then if you're having a lobby, up to 16 players, so that way they can spectate your fights, give you, pointers, or make fun of you for whiffing that super. I am here for this collection. Did
you look at the title list for this collection?
Yes, I did. It is. Let me go bring up the whole list so it's easier for me just to go down
here if you want.
Oh, you have it all?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's around here somewhere. I know the list kind of floats around from... there it is. So, Marvel vs. Capcom 1, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, great classics. My least favorite, but I get where they came from because it was how it started, Marvel Superheroes and Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter. Those two were one of the beginning ones that were a little rough, but it took them some moments to learn. X-Men versus Street Fighter, classic. X-Men Children of the Atom, classic but a little rough. And then The Punisher, a 2-player beat 'em up.
How excited are you for the Punisher one?
Considering I already have it, neutral. Yeah, I'm a little neutral, but as far as seeing it in a collection that people can just go out and buy, positive. You can look at all of the concept art, all of the hitboxes, all of the music that was written into all of these games. You can go into Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and pop out that "I'm gonna take you for a ride." Ba-da-ba-da-ba-dam-ba-dam. It is.
Chat's saying that VC3 was unbalanced. Is that the one you don't like, and is that the one that brought in the Infinity Stones?
Marvel vs. Capcom 3. No, it did not bring in the Infinity Stones, but you are correct. It is very unbalanced. The Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite did.
Okay, I didn't know if Infinite was 3 or not.
No.
They always have like 7 names and whatnot. Yeah, I played Infinite. I didn't really like it.
No. 3 is fine. It's just I would have rather definitely upgraded the like combat system and then just kind of took MVC2 and just added new models, new textures. Same thing that Guilty Gear has been doing for the last 6 years. Just buff it up, make it look better, make better hurt boxes. Speaking of hurt boxes, there's a training mode where you can actually see the hitboxes while you're fighting. That made me go absolutely insane. The only thing I would
That's kind of cool.
the
I
only
like that.
the only thing I would highly recommend is definitely get a pro controller. Playing this on a Joy-Con, I tried playing a fighting game on a Joy-Con, not fun. Zero fun to be had. If it's anything like the other Marvel's Capcom fighting collections, I picked it up for $40 on Steam, so hopefully it's $40 here. Uh, it will be later this year. Yeah, it just says 2024, which is a bit odd. I thought it was November. Huh. I'll look this one up later and dabble with it.
Yeah, the YouTube announcement on their page, on Marvel Entertainment's page, also just says 2024.
Interesting. Okay. So the last time we got to play as Princess Zelda was the Zelda CDI Wand of Gamelon back in 1990. I believe it was 97. 97 or 98.
I don't remember that game.
Yeah, nobody does. It's terrible. Uh, but to be able to play as Princess Zelda again in Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, I am actually kind of here for the creativity of this episode or this game, and they basically said, "Hey, we have Breath of the Wild where you can create things and build these monstrosities to go and get you to from point A to point B." This one basically says you can do that, but let's tone it down a little. You have very specific blocks that you can build and structure. You can build a bridge out of beds, but those beds aren't going to get you up a mountain. So it's give and take. 93. It was 93. We had a lot of CD games back in 93. Interesting.
I'm sorry, are you trying to make a comment about 93 being like long ago or something?
I just thought that the
Uh-huh.
CDI. Okay. You were
I don't
born
know
when
what
a
it was.
bad Zelda game was made.
Yeah, but I was also born when an amazing Jurassic Park movie was made. So.
You're correct. You're correct. And I was born when literally a month after Akira dropped. So
It explains a lot.
Akira. Ah! But yeah, I'm kind of here for this game. Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, September 26th. That's not very long from now. Farmagia.
I kind of like that. Real quick before we move on, I kind of like it. I like that Zelda is getting some attention and some love and not just
something else we
being
talked
a
about.
Set piece, I guess.
Yeah, same thing that we talked about, where Princess Peach Spotlight, which is
Peach getting a game.
Yeah.
Recently.
So I'm actually super happy. I wasn't expecting to see this go the way that it did. Like when I saw Link beating him up, I'm like, oh, this is this Link to the Past? And I was like, Link Between Worlds? I didn't play Link Between Worlds, and I'm just sitting here watching it. And then this happens, and I'm like, oh, we're getting just something brand spanking new. Hi, everybody.
Okay.
But I
it looks fun. It looks interesting. I never got to finish Breath of the Wild, and I would love to go back and play Breath of the Wild, play the sequel. A Link Between Worlds was great. I also really liked Twilight Princess was fun.
Twilight Princess is fun.
But I would really like play more Zelda, and this one looks really interesting and like a fun screw around game. So when I eventually have a Switch again, this might go on the list to get.
This is definitely going on my list to get. This looks fun.
Oh, so I'll just come to your place and take your copy. Got it.
That's fair. I'll get physical. Oh boy. So
that's kind of my thing though with the Switch is I feel like you have to go physical with a lot of the games, just because there's not that much space. Which and you can expand the Switch, but
yeah,
especially with you not having to download the games like you do on other consoles. Physical has just always made a little bit more sense to me on the Switch.
yeah, and then you can create food and by the way, this map is indeed Link to the Past land. We got confirmation on that. So if you've played Link to the Past and kind of want to go through on a different adventure, this is the definite go-to. Old friends and a lot of familiar faces show up in this game.
I like what chat just said, that they should redo some of the old Legend of Zelda games, like Twilight Princess. That would be really nice. Twilight Princess was a nice feel to that game.
Twilight Princess was an interesting one. When I was told that Link turns into a dog, I was like, do I want that? I don't know. And I played a little bit of it on the GameCube, and I said, yeah, I kind of do want that. It's fine.
Chat also brings up a good point. Would the Switch be able to actually run it to its potential?
I mean, they did Wind Waker HD, and that looks pretty. And also, Tears of the Kingdom doesn't look so bad. What are we calling? I don't.
Trash comment.
I don't know where that If you say Wind Waker is trash, okay. I was about to be like, am I actually gonna ban someone who just subbed for 6 months?
No, you're not. All right. So what's this next thing with the corgis?
So Formagia. It's basically another one
Sounds
of
like
these.
a cheese.
It does.
I'm not trying to be offensive. It sounds like a cheese.
It does sound like a cheese. And it seems a little cheesy. It's basically a Pokemon clone mixed in with a more safe for work POW world. It kind of also it looks like Pikmin a little bit, where you have the 3 different colors that all have their different form of attack. Then you can grow things, and when you grow them, instead of it being corn, it's a fox. I don't know how to really explain it other than it's.
They were corgis.
Yeah, foxes. So it seems that there's, fight this with this, train them, get friends. They all get their animals together, their corn foxes together. It seems like look at big number, make big number bigger, see big number on other creature. It's fine.
Interesting concept. It looks very different. I'll go with different.
Yeah, different. It's Pikmin, but different. November 1st, 2024. I'm going to breeze right through this one just because I'm not a big fan of Just Dance. Quincy has made his notions very well known about Just Dance.
I have nothing against Just Dance. I just feel like E3 attempts to sell Just Dance are very unnecessary for a fucking Just Dance game.
Yeah. Now a Switch does a little bit better because that's about motion controls. And
yeah, but from what I understand, the games now. So, what I don't know if 2025 is gonna be different, but the way they've been recently, is you actually have to have your phone in your pocket, and also that there's a subscription service that you have to keep renewing to be able to play the game.
I don't see the Switch version having that at all, but hopefully it doesn't really screw that many things up. This comes out October 10th, I believe. It just says this October, but hopefully that date is correct. And also having to leave one auditorium to go to another auditorium to listen to. Oh no, that was a different game.
That was Last of Us.
Yeah, that was Last of Us.
Part 2.
This one had them coming in from the crowd and
they came in from the street. You had to sit there and watch as they came in from the street, walked their way through the convention, danced their way through the convention, danced their way on the stage.
Yes, no problem. Have fun with that. Speaking of having fun with that, so,
dear Lord, how much was in the Nintendo?
45 minutes of banger after banger after mid
Jesus
after
Christ,
banger
dude.
after banger.
Pick up a pace on this motherfucker.
You got it, boss. So Horizon Zero Dawn, pretty okay game. Not my cut, but I watched a lot of gameplay of it, and then the Forbidden West. Okay, cool. Now Horizon in Lego form. Featuring 2-player local and online co-op, Lego Horizon Ventures launches this holiday season. Hopefully November 10th, November 18th, like I've heard for this one. Stray is coming to the Nintendo Switch this holiday season.
That's sweet. I like that.
This one is a cat you can take along with you. Apparently, the Switch version also adds in a pet the cat mode, where as you're taking your cat along with you, you can just enjoy it a la Nintendo Cats style. I'm not 100%. I'm not 100% on that. That was just a rumor on the rumor mill.
I mean, it'd be smart to have that.
That would be very smart to have that. Live your best life. We got a little bit of gameplay from Tales of the Shire.
Hey, okay. We touched on this before.
We have touched on this, and it makes me so mad that Priv Div just lost some people because this looks fine for a Stardew Valley mixed in with, I was about to say Faerun, Middle Earth. There we go. And I mean some good character models.
So this is a living sim essentially, like you said, like it's like Stardew Valley, just hobbits.
Stardew Valley, but hobbits. You eat multiple meals a day, as you know. You can.
I mean, gotta have 11sies.
11sies. Tea time. Second breakfast. Second lunch. Luncheon. Brunch. Can't forget 11sies. Oh wait, we already said 11sies.
Yeah, 11sies.
But Tales of the Shire, Lord,
it's cute.
And apparently, when Gandalf gets to your place, apparently he gives you some really good buffs. So I don't know. Cooking Mama 7. I would say this has a little bit more casual features to like talk to people. So I don't know. Maybe.
Dreamlight Valley.
Dreamlight Valley a little bit because you can do farming. Yeah. Also, I don't know why the Kendrick versus Drake thing. I blocked all these things. So sorry if you see it on the side.
Don't worry about it. It's
the war rages on.
on there.
I'm okay with the Ace Attorney trilogy, but I kind of stopped after that. Looking at the new up and coming games, the one where you go back into the Sao region or the Sao time and like have an old world version of a trial where you don't have the technologies of now. And then now you have this one with Miles Edgeworth playing both detective and defense now. Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Gambit, where you play as Edgeworth. I'm here for it. It's just not my cup of tea. September 6th, 2024. How are you with the Ace Attorney games?
Never played them.
Never played them? They're alright. One of them gets real dumb, and I won't say which one. Okay, did you ever play Danganronpa or watch any of the little shows?
Nope.
Okay. In short, a kid goes to a private school that is for the best. The best of blank. The best of blank. In short, you have to kill someone and get away with it to get out of the school. That's the bare minimum. It's basically a battle royale, but in an okay animation form.
Gotcha.
Skip ahead a little bit. They've released some more games, some more future. I forgot that was what the ghosts look like. They've added more of those games. Now, Last Defense Academy is supposed to be in this world, but a little different. You are supposed to defend the school with these people. It's not to say that these people won't die, because these types of games are not afraid of these characters dying.
So it's
Iron Man mode.
I was trying to think of the game style. It's kind of a tower defense type of thing, but
a little bit. It definitely has that feel of a tower defense, but with units. Aniplex is the one who backed this whole entire thing, and I'm gonna be honest, it looks good, but I had enough with Danganronpa. Early 2025. Alright, speeding up really quick. Romancing Saga. I played this game beautifully back in the PS1 era that I was. It's a great game. It's a fantastic game. Is it slow? Yes. Is it boring? Kind of. But when you see all those...
How's it a fantastic game?
But the story really encapsulates. Romancing Saga kind of takes you between the three warring kingdoms and kind of says, who do you want to be in this life? And Romancing Saga 2, before we even got wind of it, got canceled. And so they ran it in Japan. We never got to see it. Now it's going to be released in that beautiful style that we saw not too long ago with the HD 2D version of Dragon's Quest that we saw not too long ago. This looks pretty good. October 24th, 2024. If it's inexpensive, I might go out of the way for this one. Quincy gave me a link to show you a really nice looking package for the Nintendo World Championships NES edition. Back in 1991, 92, there was championships where they were these carts that had little mini games of all the insider bits of a game, and you had to beat them in a time trial or as quick as you can type of thing. Just beat that level as quick as you can, get points, get more points, become the best. You win it, you get a gold cart to take home, one of the actual regulation ones, and a trophy. I forget if there was a money prize. I don't entirely see what these challenges have in today's times, but I'm glad they're doing it. They're
it's a
doing
nice
it.
throwback. They put together 150 speedrunning things. I think there's a lot of fun to be had here. I have never been good at speedrunning or anything like that, but I did play the shit out of Mario 1 through 3 as a kid on my NES. So, like, seeing that they have maps from there on that, I mean, I could have some fun with that. And I did really like the pre-order from Best Buy that comes with one of the gold cartridges.
Yeah, where did I put that? I know not either, and I feel really bad that I didn't. Uh-oh. There it is. I found it. Oh, you have to do Poke Catch and then the ball that you're using. Okay, found it. So this collection of the deluxe set comes with a gold cart, the game, of course, a bunch of prints, and then what is this? What is this last thing? 5 pins. Oh, they're pins. Can I get a zoom in on that? Okay. I like the little Zelda one, or Legend of Zelda one up here. The rest are fine. Morph Ball's fine, too.
I think it's cute. I think it's a nice little set. What was the price on it, though?
60.
Yeah, that's not bad.
For a pretty good-looking collection. It does say at the bottom, just to make sure that you are aware, NES Replica Game Pack, not playable. But it is...
Which is annoying because if Limited Run had done this, it would be playable.
It would be playable, but the whole thing is, it's the shell. You could just put your own in. Your own NES pack on the bottom.
I think you have way too much belief in my abilities.
That's fair. I mean, you could just hot glue it on there, but I get your point. Not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. But as far as the release date, July 18th, right around the corner. 1 month. Quincy, how are you feeling with Mario Party?
So I was actually having a conversation about this earlier. I've always enjoyed Mario Party. The problem has always been having the people to play Mario Party with. This new version of Mario Party looks fun, and it's toting 110 mini games, 7 game boards, and up to 20 players, which is fucking wild.
Yeah, the Koopathon mode.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
But again, I'm sitting here like, sure as shit don't know 20 people to play it with. I probably don't even know the 4 or 5 you need to make Mario Party worth it.
Yeah,
maybe 4.
Maybe 4. And that's also fine.
I mean, it would be 4 because if you think about it, Mario Party really blew up on the N64 and it was 4 controllers.
Yeah. No date, I think, on this one. Yeah. Oh no, October 17th.
October 17th.
How dare you not have it in here? You have enough character. Oh, there it is. Shut up, I didn't see it. We already talked about it, but June 27th is when Luigi's Mansion 2 HD pops. Disney's Illusion Island. I remember hearing about this game a little while ago. This is an add-on called Dash Dolphins Daring something. but it is basically a platforming adventure that also has you digging around and finding things. A neat little mini puzzle thing for Illusion Island, which I believe is only $20. Let me
And this is a free update that's coming to it. So.
update. $40.
It's that new interesting art style too.
Should I give them the feedback they're wanting? I don't think they'll like my feedback. But it came that exact same day, 3 days ago. So if you have it, there you go. When was the last time you heard about Hello Kitty Island Adventure?
Oh, it was a thing before this? I didn't know.
Yeah. So on the PlayStation 2, there was a thing called Hello Kitty Island Adventure. And
my Sanrio knowledge is very limited to what I experienced from the toys that made us. What I've experienced through the years I've known your mom, and watching a Gretsuko.
All three of those are fair, but I'm just saying that this game was notorious, and then it got an online release, Hello Kitty Island Adventure Online, and I've heard about it. I've heard the whispers through the webs, and apparently this dropping on Switch is really loved. I couldn't tell you. I am very unaware of how popular Hello Kitty is. Like, I know
every time that cafe pops up, out here, it
blows
gets
up.
lines for freaking hours.
Yeah. Okay, you win. It's not for me, but you win. It did not give a date except for 2025, I believe. Yeah, early 2025, so first quarter. The Nintendo Switch Lite, the Hyrule Edition, which I kind of like. That really soft gold that I just... But it's on the Lite, which makes me angry. Because I can't plug this one in then.
Yeah, I hate that it's on the Lite.
The N64 and Game Boy Advance games have a couple of extra expansion pack ones. Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past 4 Swords, where you can play this one online. Perfect Dark, the first one, a rare game, which kind of caused me to raise an eyebrow. Metroid Zero Mission, which is one of my favorite Metroid games. I recommend it highly. And Turok, Dinosaur Hunter. What?
I had that one for my 64.
All four of these are bangers. If you didn't have it before, this definitely sold me on it. And it plays way better on a Pro controller. Oh god, I mean, if it's a 360 controller and Pro controller, same exact controls, you're gonna have fun with it. But Perfect Dark kind of struck me as just as soon as Perfect Dark remake gets announced.
It makes the most sense to put it out now because it's going to tie people over till the new game comes out.
I guess. I wonder where Perfect Dark Zero... Well, I mean, if you have the rare replay, you have Perfect Dark Zero, so just get the rare replay then.
Or if you have Game Pass, you have Perfect Dark Zero.
Oh, then there you go. There you go. But yeah, it dropped that day. One of the roughest titles I saw, Looney Tunes Wacky World of Sports, where you can play basketball, soccer, golf, and tennis using these very awkwardly cel-shaded caricatures of your favorite Looney Tunes. This feels cheap. It feels very cheap. Is it a time waster? Potentially. Would I pay $60 for it? Yeah, no.
It feels interesting that Warner Brothers would be putting this out while they're also doing
Multiverses.
What's the fighting game? Multiverses.
I mean,
which seems to have a lot more love and attention to it than this.
Oh god, yeah. I would put the money into Multiverses right now. But hey, if you happen to have a kid that really likes Looney Tunes, they just want a NBA Jam knockoff, why not? Among Us, they've added 3 new roles: Noisemaker, Tracker, and Phantom, to make things a little bit more fun and varied. It's a good combination. Free updates, can't be mad. Another RPG that I really don't know who asked for this. The Denpa Man. Denpa Men? Yeah, DENPA, men. I sure. I it's like Animal Crossing meets a JRPG. I don't.
If we don't really have anything to say about it, let's move on.
Yeah, you got it. Metal Slug, the classic action shooter, gets a brand new tower defense like. It's fine. I just wouldn't want to spend the $20 they're asking for it when I can get the mobile version for free. That's all I'm going to say on that one. Darkest Dungeon 2 is going to be dropping onto the Nintendo Switch, so you can feel depressed while on the road. July 15th, 2024. And it looks good.
I do enjoy Darkest Dungeon, so.
Yeah, this actually looks really good on the Switch. They said it actually brings out what the OLED is supposed to be doing with shadows. So if you have an OLED and you want to play this out in the wild, this apparently plays really good on it. The box art for Zelda Echoes of Wisdom looks real good. Got big old Ganon. Talked about that. I will be talking about that in 2 seconds. So, the ender of enders for the Nintendo Direct, after I was sweating, after the Marvel, after the Legend of Zelda, all of these announcements, I'm just sweating. And then I see this son of a gun, and I said to myself, don't do this to me. Nintendo, do not do this to me. Like, are you giving me the first 3 games in an HD remaster? What are you doing? What are you doing? And then I see...
Redeem.
Oh, copy? Thank you. Ugh.
No, I wouldn't mind an HD remaster of the original games, but this looks really good. I'm really excited because I like when the last what was that other Metroid game that just came out last year?
I was about to say
Platformer one.
Strive. Yeah, no, I know which one you're talking about. I keep wanting to say Dredge too. Metroid Prime.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do.
It looked really good, and I was very excited about it, but I wanted an actual Prime game again. I was like, I just feel like we're not going to get that, and then this comes out of nowhere, and it looks great.
It came out of
excited for it.
It came out of nowhere, and I am excited for it. This homie got 2 kids. If this was on my bingo card like 3.5 years ago. I never had it on my bingo card beyond that because I said they'll never work on a Metroid Prime game again unless it's a remaster. But here we have Metroid Prime 4 Beyond set in 2025. Hopefully we'll get a more accurate date soon and hopefully some more of that delicious gameplay. Nintendo, keep cooking. You keep cooking. I believe this is all the stuff that we already ran through. Oh yeah, and then the full trailer. Kiki Flipnote brought back one of their old animations that they did on a DSi, and I find those arts fantastic. Fall Guys is going to be getting Marvel heroes: Thor, Captain America, and the Hulk with a unibrow, which is kind of...
There's actually a couple in there. So we get both Caps, both Steve and Sam, and then we get both Thor and the Mighty Thor, and then the Hulk.
Oh, cool. Wait, do you get Bruce too, or just Hulk?
Just Hulk.
Oh. Well, I guess, the more popular one. But I'm here for Fall Guys. I enjoyed what I played of it. Not my game. Let's go do. Speaking of co-op games, Chained Together. From the depths of hell, climb chained to your friends through diverse worlds, solo or co-op. Try to reach the summit and discover what awaits you there. Did you really have
I saw an ad.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
You.
Oh, what were you going to ask me?
Oh, I was going to say, did you have a fascination with getting over it with Bennett Foddy?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, the game where you're trying to climb over a rock while sitting in a cauldron.
Oh, no, I've only ever seen that like when I'm flipping through streams or something like that, and I catch someone playing it. No, so I had seen a post about this, and I went, "Oh, this would be great for streamers." And so that's why I wanted to bring it up and kind of bring it to attention because it's not an expensive game; it's $5, and I think it's one of those things where like streamers could have a lot of fun trying to do this together. Then you could also, both people are streaming, so you get point of view going.
Yeah. And probably a hate relationship against one of your friends that doesn't quite know what they're doing.
That kind of suggests that any of my friends even have a semblance of knowing what they're doing. That includes you. I love you, buddy.
That's fair. I mean, sometimes my brain just stops, and what am I supposed to do about it? The recommended's not that bad. It's a little heavy. It seems like it's got a lot of really heavy textures, but yeah, this does seem like it would be a pretty good one. I mean, Bread and Fred did well. Ibn Ob did well. Heck, we've talked about it.
We were talking about them earlier in the show, yeah.
Yes. What is loud? Oh, you were loud. Quiet, you. Yeah, co-op games. Keep playing co-op games with people. Oh, it came out today. Neat. I was like, when did it come out? I was just curious. Skadoo. Kingmakers. So we talked very briefly, because all it did was give us some in-game good shots. Now we have a little bit more. They gave us a little bit more of a video, and I really like how it looks. To have yourself hold a shotgun while going back into medieval times while driving a pickup truck through a battlefield. I'm here for all of that. That is definitely Evil Dead. Army of Darkness.
Yeah, Army of Darkness.
Yes. And I would like to
It looks fun. It looks interesting.
I mean, I'm here for the kind of strange looking maps, but they look fun to traverse. I hope that this drops a little bit of a price, or maybe early access. I would like to see it. It is definitely click on my wish list. Any other gaming things we got?
I think that's it, buddy.
Okay. But shoe news. So we have ourselves. We were just talking about her. Hello Kitty. This is the second run of Hello Kitty Adidas shoe, and this one is a little bit more darling. As far as an Adidas shoe, can't really beat it. It's got the 3 stripes and then all over embroidery of the Hello Kitty head. Her famous bow hanging off the laces. It's a simple thing. $110, and I believe it was released 5 days ago. $115 released 5 days ago. And a little bit of a soft pink sole. Still think it should be glow in the dark, but
it's a cute one.
Do you like F1, Quincy?
Not since it came to our town.
Fair enough, because I also agree. So La Automobile, they drive the fast cars similar to F1. They pretty much have an F1 engine in a different style of car, and they race those. So they made shoes based off of one, and it just looks like a mess. It looks like it is slapped head to toe with sponsors, and it just makes me feel like I'm running in a sponsored shoe. Like I'm a part of a sports team. They look comfy. They look very comfy. But the branding all over kind of scares me. These ones are $140 for the Speed Cross, and if you want the really good Soul Edition, $230 for the Super Soul Edition, which I am now showing you here. These things. Captain Amazing? A little bit. I haven't seen Mystery Men in ages. That's one with Ben Stiller, yeah?
Yeah.
But those were the only shoes that I found. There was another pair of shoes, but it was more Crocs. Can't keep talking about Crocs.
We've talked far too much about Crocs.
Like, I think the last 6 episodes, 5 of them were Crocs.
More Crocs. Down with Crocs.
So, as Ryan Reynolds says, this is now a war of the popcorn buckets. And we have here the Despicable Me 4 popcorn holder, which kind of looks cute as far as...
It is kind of cute.
Aesthetically.
And I kind of like that, I can just strap my popcorn bucket on me because my inner fat bitch is screaming for this.
I'll just put it on one arm. I'm too lazy. But
outer fat bitch would probably buy it.
yeah. So it says a thermal scarf. I don't quite understand that one. Additional snack storage.
It's
that I like. A pocket.
Drew's scarf from the
Right, but
Despicable Me.
thermal. I don't know about
I think
that.
you're reading too much into it, buddy.
I probably am. But if it has a pocket, thanks, it has pockets.
Thanks, it has pockets.
Yes. I mean, sure. I would definitely probably loop this around one arm and have the
I
popcorn hang off my
intend
side.
to get the Deadpool popcorn bucket. And
Yeah.
that'll probably be the only popcorn bucket I buy this year. However, this one's a close second.
This one definitely would be a close second.
I don't even really like
what about
Despicable Me all that much.
What about the Dune one?
No, I'm not doing the Dune one. I don't really care for Dune.
Oh god, I'm tearing. I still need to watch the second one. I like the first one. Well,
I did not watch the remakes.
First one. Yeah. I would say at least watch a little bit of the first one. If you want to turn it off, turn it off. But I think you have access to it. It's on Max.
It's on Max. I have Max.
Yeah. Then yeah, go on. It's over average sci-fi. Like I like it.
I'll get there eventually.
Okay. Dark Horse unleashing limited prints of Hellboy on the 30th anniversary. I didn't know Hellboy was 30.
I mean, that tracks.
Okay. Thanks, Nightbot. It does track. It's just I'm very unaware of when things were made, and I'm very glad that we celebrate our anniversaries. It's just there's so many of them right now.
Right.
Seed of Destruction #1 screen print. This full print is a $75 investment. Jesus criminies. Wake the Devil 1994 comic ad screen print. The print will run fans $60. Holy cow.
I did not realize the price of these prints. That's kind of insane.
That is kind of insane. Both screen prints, a must-have for Hellboy fans, are printed on high-quality 100 Cougar paper and measure 24-inch by 36-inch. Oh!
Is that 2 feet by 3 feet?
Yes. So this is okay. So this is the screen print. So it's one of these covers, but on a bigger. Okay.
Well, if you scroll down, I think they have the images.
Oh. Oh. I will look at that in a second.
Berserker all of a sudden.
Yeah. Sorry. You're right.
Or Berserk all of a sudden.
Okay. So it's this one or this one.
These prices are just insane.
A little hiccupy, but I would assume the quality of it would definitely outweigh the overall. I liked Hellboy. I still have a lot of the BPRD stuff that I purchased. I did purchase that on Humble Bundle. I have a lot to climb through.
Hellboy and BPRD are both fun, and it's cool that they're celebrating through the years. I just don't know about this price.
Yeah, concur. But if you happen to want it, go and check out darkhorsedirect.com while I'm going to very quickly look at how much these Berserk and book stands are. $200 for the Berserk book stands.
I'm reading Berserk currently, and I'm enjoying it, but I am not enjoying it $200 for a book stand level.
Yeah. How far are you?
I'm still in the first volume.
Okay. Once you hit third volume, it gets funny and not funny. But they've always had really good figures. They've always had really just good comics. They've done.
You know, I've just never looked. I guess I didn't realize how expensive Dark Horse is for their shit.
Yeah. Because they do everything.
I just buy trades or single issues, but goddamn.
Yeah, when they do all the volume heavy books and they do like the hardcovers, yeah, of course you would be purchasing it straight from them because they do everything themselves. I do like that the deluxe hardcover volumes for $35 each. That's not bad.
That's a good price. That's a good price
for hardcover.
For hardcover, and it's a big volume like that. That's good.
And you can get all 14 volumes.
Is Berserk really up to 14 volumes?
It's
gonna take me fucking forever to get through it.
I would say stop at about 10. The rest after that is just you'll be fine. With statues and busts.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll be fine. There are worse ones to get into. They've of course worked with Vox Machina and Critical Role doing the Origins, Keyleth and Percival, all that. Not great prices though. 150 for the Keyleth and Percival, 170 for the twins, 150. This really nice Appa Samurai and Ronin Momo that they did a while back, 150 bucks. It's on sale too. Some of it is pricey, but it looks the part. It looks good. Sadly, not much articulation. These are statues, not figures.
No, I do like a good statue. I had a decent statue collection for a bit there. I don't anymore, but I do like a good high detailed statue. But my whole thing is I tend to look for something more than just like, oh hey, it's the character from the game standing there.
Yeah.
Oh, there was you want to talk about expensive bookends. There was a bookend I wanted for the longest time, and it was Sandman punching through a brick wall and pinning Spider-Man down. So he'd be on one side of the books, and Spider-Man being pinned was on the other side.
That sounds cool.
It's a pretty cool one.
Ooh, actually, let's just real quick. Let's see what the bookends I got. Just real quick. The Dune Sandworm, Tales of the Crypt bookends. Okay. Oh, okay. Fallout Nuke Bomb bookends.
That's interesting.
Slayer's Gate ones. That's kind of fine. The Witcher Wild Hunt bookends. Those are fine. Skyrim Dragonhead. Avatar: The Last Airbender, both Korra and Aang. Paragon Renegade ones. Okay, way to go, Dark Horse. You know how to do
The prices on some of these are better than the prices on some of the other ones. I don't know. What else was on the list?
Phantasm returns. Phantasm returns with the new Ghoulish Crypt Creepers. Pre-orders launch this Friday.
This is kind of cute. They were doing a name contest for the clock, the grandfather clock one.
This one here. What would you name it?
Oh, dude, I don't know. I'd have to put some thought into that. I want it to be good.
Okay. But these are just little vinyl figures that glow in the dark and do small little features.
They're just little fun things. You don't remember getting things like this when you were a kid?
Not really. I remember creepy crawlers that had the same font, but that was like eating.
Yeah, but creepy crawlers you had to like make.
Yeah, I never had anything like this. No, I mean, I guess
like
that
the little bone guys and the cages and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. We had something similar.
Maybe I just had a weird childhood.
I mean, the what is it? The gumball machines where you put the quarter in and get the little tiny toy out of it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a couple of those, but I don't recall. But yeah, there's a contest right now at Phantasm Shop, Fantazm Shop, and they are holding a contest. And if you're happening to win all 5 of them, go ahead and see if they'll pick that name for this old, crazy looking. God, the animation looks even worse than the final product. Why you got teeth in your belly, homie?
She has like double mouths.
Triple mouths. And then a hearing aid.
Okay. Yeah.
The eyes glow in the dark. All of the eyes glow in the dark. It's supposed to just be little tiny creepy sculptures. I like them. Skadoop. Sadly, these aren't real, but I really want them to be real. Doritos, nacho cheese, and Cool Ranch seasoning. I kind of want them.
So, straight up, I did not realize they weren't real.
Yeah.
I totally didn't read the hashtag.
Yeah.
I stopped at the thing. Because when they said, what would y'all do if these were real, I figured that was a marketing thing.
Yeah.
But the reality is I would see that people would probably
popcorn,
chicken fingers them.
Chicken fingers. Oh. Yeah, I would definitely do chicken
Plus,
fingers.
why would these not be real? This is literally the company that just made a fucking alcohol, 2 years ago? Like,
And helped make the Mountain Dew ones. Same company.
that's what I meant. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant the Doritos gin or vodka or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah, there was the gin or vodka or whatever it was. Yeah.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
they're getting their hands dipped
I
in
don't know.
everything. I
It's
don't
weird.
either. I would like them,
They put
but
them in hot drinks at one point. I don't know what to do with the world anymore.
Doritos, bake this. Good day. Upper Deck. I haven't seen anything from Upper Deck in a long time.
They have, I think, the NHL contract right now.
Oh, well, that's probably why I don't really
I think.
dabble around it. Nah. But Legendary, The Spy Who Loved Me, a James Bond deck building game. This is the expansion, which means that there is more James Bond content that well, I don't want to say that we've been not noticing, that they've been announcing and we've kind of just haven't noticed.
Missed.
We've missed. We have missed. Let's see here. I knew they had the Marvel one, but where is? Here we go. No Time to Die has one. Not a good cover for that one though.
It wasn't a good movie, so
That's fair. I didn't like it either.
I don't like that they're just screenshots in the movies. I didn't realize that's what these are going to be like.
Yeah, that's kind of how most of the movie tie-in ones. I wanted them to be.
Flip through the Spy Who Loved Me one. I want to see if it's the same thing.
Yeah, it's just scenes.
No, I don't like that. I'm a lot less interested in this now.
Yeah. Yeah. And then they got gallery prints. Yeah. Upper Deck, you were cool. Now I have no clue about you. Let's see what Legendary.
I've seen some of their Marvel stuff. Some of their Marvel stuff's pretty nice.
Yeah, let's take a look at this one. $20.99. Doctor Doom $20.99 looks interesting. Hulk $20.99 looks interesting. Oh, hi. Ella $20.99. Okay, it's not so bad. It's got some pretty good art in there. Okay. Skadoop. Transformers are one of my favorite things in the whole wide world. I would like to collect them, but it's just I have no place to collect them. And I'm fine with not. This one, I'm finding it really hard not to go look at the pre-orders. Oh,
especially with us getting a new Lego store in town.
Oh, you bitch. You just had to say that. So, Lego has released an Optimus Prime. And I said, ooh, that transforms actually pretty good for Lego. And it poses really well. It uses some of the new Technic stuff. I like it. Now they're busting out Bumblebee. And it's the Bumblebee I like. There he is.
The bug.
It's the bug.
Beetle.
And it looks really nice. And the way it transforms, it looks really chunky the way they do it because they're zoomed so far in. But
they're trying to do like
action
the
shots.
action shot from the cartoon, the magical girl transformation.
I'm down with that. I would have liked to have seen it transform very similar to how they did it with Optimus. I'll assume it's fine. I'll assume it's all great. I want it. How? No, I won't. We're just gonna see if it's there. Where's the search bar? Please be there in pre-order.
$89.99.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all. And also,
no, that's pretty good. The Optimus being $179.99 seems a little much.
A little much, but he also comes with. I think he comes with the other Technic bits that allow him to glow. So he's got like the light pack in the back. I think.
He also comes with the Allspark.
It does come with the. Yeah, no, I guess not. Dang, but he is bigger.
Well, then yeah, back to being a little too pricey.
I didn't notice there was
I feel like he could be like $140.
What an interesting looking Batman one. $64.99 for this Batman and Batpod bike. Huh.
That's the face I make when I step in something wet with my sock.
Yeah. A changeable face to actually have him like have a smirk would be somewhat fun, but now I get why.
People get so mad when you make Batman smile.
Yeah. So did the Joker. Oh, let's go. Dude, this thing freaked me out the first time I saw it do its weird little zoom in.
The new Beetlejuice blow up from Party City.
Party City and Beetlejuice. This looks fun, but I don't got a lawn, so I can't
I
exactly
like
do
that the
much
top
with it.
spins.
I like the top spins. Everything lights up. It looks like a blast to have.
I'm gonna have to send this to my mom.
Oh yeah, she's a big
Yeah, I bet you
Beetlejuice fan.
Oh yeah, she loves Beetlejuice.
Oh.
She's a huge Halloween person.
Good. We're all Halloween people. And last but not least, Skadoop. Speaking of Halloween, Hallmark is releasing a bunch of Haunted Mansion ornaments on July 13th. A mix between, Nightmare Before Christmas and Haunted Mansion. I don't think our Christmas tree is going to look very Christmassy. But these look fantastic.
You should have seen the village they did last year, maybe the year before. They did like a Halloween village for Haunted Mansion that was pretty insane. And if you bought all of them and put them all together, they all had different like sayings and light ups, and they could all like interact with each other. So
I that actually seems like a lot of fun, and these just look fun on their own. They From the image they're showing here, everything kind of lights up together. So does that mean that they all are connected through like
might
remote?
sync somehow,
Yeah,
or they just did a really good job at linking them up when they were doing the ad.
maybe. But even still, I'm excited to see more from these. Hopefully, we can get an actual link and take a look more in depth into them because I would like to see the Hall of Heads and the Hitchhiker. If that is the Hitchhiker, I can't really tell what the bottom one is. It looks like an organ here. Unsure. Hopefully, we'll see in a little bit. Oh, Skadoop. Anything else you got, Q?
That's it.
That's it. All right, we'll run it down then. Go and make me up some food. Thank you guys for joining us. Remember to check the links down in the description for our good old Twitters. I've been posting a lot of wrestling stuff because wrestling's getting interesting again. Check out Quincy. Have you been regoogling anything?
I haven't done shit, and now you guys can't see my likes. There's kind of less of a point to follow me. But I'm there, and I'm on Instagram, and I'm on Threads. So
Okay. Check, of course, the good old Humble Bundle. Go and support some charities while also getting some kick-ass stuff. Check out Zenny for some inexpensive glasses. They are still holding the $50 free shipping thing and the $8.95 reuse recycled glasses, the frames. So go and check those out, and check out Temu if you're wanting some very inexpensive stuff. Use the link down in the description if you're happen to want a whole bunch of nice utilities. And of course, at the end of days, at the end of weeks, at the end of months, at the end of years, remember to love one another. It's free to do. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
My brain keeps stopping.